You must be able to experience yourself beyond yourself. I want to talk about what that really means quick. And perhaps even get to the white picket fence episode, which I have been wanting to do for a while. You see, you do certain actions during your day. You're aware of them to certain degrees, different based on different, combinations, and of how tired and alert you are. And you end your day doing some activities. You see, the only way you having to cause something and it having to receive an effect is, from my viewpoint, to understand that the only reason there is an effect is because the cause was instantaneously heard and responded to. So just the fact of hearing something means that we're there. If I tell you mountain, all your imagery of what a mountain is runs to the front of your eyes for you to see that form of creationism, I guess. You see, you can see creation through everything, because everything is life. Everything is present, Life is best known as a definition to most people, actually. You tell him, what's life? And he'll like, all right, man, just hold on. Let me pick up dictionary.com or something, Let me get that up and let's search what life means, Some people take that route. Others understand it's a multi-leveled experiential thing. In other words, you don't have you have different experiences. That's one thing you're certain of. That's from the time that you're born, you're having different experiences, changes, you're going through this change. It's as if even your birth could not be a birth, because you weren't birthed anywhere, because it's always changing. You were just... Once you become aware of that, you see that a group of attentive, self-reflective awareness bubbles can conceive a reality so firm for others to tune into. In other words, if you made a video game, your friends are probably going to play it. It's in that sense that we are engaged with life regardless of however much we decide or not. We do affect that little child, and that little child does affect the adult somehow. There's various cause and effect points, because if you put one cause and effect point from, let's say, A to B, and then create another cause and effect from B to A, they become the same line but in different directions. So we can have multiple directions, multiple viewpoints in the same life, of the same life. Of life, we can have multiple viewpoints, right? And that is depth. That becomes more in the realm of spirituality, where you've acknowledged the physical. It's like you no longer want another image in front of you. You want to see who's looking. When you reach that point, it is a personal thing, guys, and it is not relevant to the physical. In other words, spirituality is something that doesn't matter in what physical way you are. You can always be attentive to the degree that you see the life that you are, and work with such a flow. I want to make you see an interesting metaphor of life perhaps no one's ever given. It's that, let's assume you are lost and you don't know how to get home. And everything in life is as if other people who are always telling you, that's the way to go home. That's the way to go home. That's the way to go home, right? It's as if they're helping you, but because you don't have that much trust in anything, you don't trust them. You don't trust another image that's in front of you, right? Because you think your image is more trustworthy. But it doesn't matter. It's not about the images. It's about who's looking. It doesn't matter if you're hearing my voice right now. It doesn't matter what thoughts you're thinking. It matters what is present to you. Literally think, if there was no such thing as time and space, what is present here? And see how time and space are being affected by ideas to the degree that they're changing in definition. Scientists are putting their hands in time and space. It's not a bad thing, but it's suggesting that it's as if we are a separate label that is labeling other things. We can't label other things. Do you understand? There's no need to label. There's no need to make up a story that is making you act in a certain way. It doesn't matter how you act. It's a sensitivity to yourself. It's as if you were in, let's say, if you were in the desert, or if you were in somewhere silent and you had no noise, how balanced would you be? And for a lot of people, they can't, because it's not something you just go into because you have other responsibilities and attachments to life. You can't be attached to your job and then go do something else. You can't be attached to your school, and then go do something else. It's a it's a sense of self-detachment. It's as if you're no longer hindered by the idea of you. You are you to the absolute degree where the unspeakable is the only word that survives before it is broken. There are many realms in which our imagination opens up. I could give you a Tolkien book and your view of the world will change. But you need to understand, you are a spotlight of attention. And that spotlight of attention is making decisions based on what it's looking at. So in other words, if you judge everything by a map, then the map can be inaccurate and you'd still believe it. It's not about the map. It's about going out and getting to the destination and knowing where it is. You don't need a map anymore, because the more time you're spending on the map is less time moving towards your destination, right? And the whole destination is it's nothing. It's nothing speakable. You do have personal preferences of how your heaven looks like based on the luxuries and the full desire fulfillments you've kind of been conditioned to get. Everyone has these. Do you know what I mean? Everyone is made to look at life in their own unique way. And that doesn't make life a lie. It doesn't make someone's life invaluable. It doesn't make my experience compared to, let's say, a homeless man, compared to, let's say, a billionaire, and compared to an African child. It doesn't make it different. It doesn't make the experience as much difference as the same amount of existential self-realization that another point of existence has. In other words, if I am looking, that which I'm seeing is intelligent, just like my self-reflection. However, my self-reflection becomes transparent if I forget the form. If I don't identify with myself, if I don't put the clear lens I am over a certain color, I don't need to reflect that color. It's as if we are beacons and there are things put in front of our light. It's like, instead of the product that helps you shine be given to you, you're given something that's making the light beacon. It's as if our presence is here, but somehow the way our culture and society is developed at its level of maturity, it's very young at the moment, it is then something that needs to be paid attention to. We are glowing beings. Right? We are starlight. We may not be directly beside the star, but from the star or within the star, but we are starlight. We are of the essence. It's light that makes you see. The sun, look at these metaphors. Look at these stories you have of godly incidents in your mind. Religious stories have an effect, but guys, it's not about the story. You got to understand, there's some people that are telling you it's this story. That's the answer. That's the correct way. There's some people from the past that no, it's definitely this story. This is the direction we must go, And then there's another direction into something else. We must be very happy that humanity has found even organization systems here. We haven't just killed ourselves yet. We're just happily living with more attention to our being. You see, when you pay attention to ideas that create a holographic separatism in your reality, all that can happen is your experience of the hologram to stop as once the projector stops. And it's not that the projector stops, it's that you were never the projector. It's like you weren't in that condition of impossibility. You see, if I ask you, how can you be God right now? How can you be existence? You would think that you could give as many answers you want, but there's no answer to that question. You are. It's that level of sensitivity. And guys, you need to understand, in societies that judge you, you got to be very playful with your self, and it's change. You're here to change. You're not here to be the same person as you were in first year, as you were in second year, as you were in any year of your life. Guys, it doesn't matter how old you are. Each year you should be learning more. You know, you should having vaster and more expansive views on how life is lived and what is life, you know? You see, some ask the question, what is life? And they only go as far as to walk in to, let's say, a lab or an alchemist's table. You know, they go as far as that. But after that, they see that it's as if they are seeking a justification, a certain movement from another sense of other, which helps them create a sense of being. Guys, we don't need to learn 1,000 philosophy books. It's not essential. You need to ask your question and explore your own philosophy of life. Everyone has their own, and it's not for anyone else. It's for you. That's why you have it, right? It is up to you to explore your views on life and to see what is making you so damn uncomfortable in a comfortable world. You know, it could be pain, it could be suffering, it could be bad experiences, but right now, who is holding on to what? And what is holding on to you? How comfortable are you with the concept of change? And guys, don't take that lightly. When I say change, there's one change as in change the channel, you know, change the sound, you know. Then there's another view of change that is something you cannot conceive but is happening already. It's as if being there in front of Saturn's ring right before it nudges down a little bit. You know what I mean? It's being through the experiences that are defining your life. It is seeing nature communicate back and affirm your existence. It's as if you never needed the approval of anyone else. You needed the approval of yourself to exist in any way you choose to. Give that approval to yourself. It's your own path. You're guided towards your greater sense of freedom, guys. It doesn't matter. You need to understand, I want to talk so general that there's no longer generalities. We are our own passage. And we may choose to write it ourselves or have other written text in front of us. I always find it beautiful to pick up the pen. For the way you approach something defines the way your moment is going to express to you all effects that were the cause of your being. You see, a circle had such profound notions that just a single line, straight line, could never capture. So you don't want straight line answers. You don't want even twisted story answers in life. You want authentic answers to life, guys. There's nothing greater than an authentic answer, because everybody has questions. Who doesn't have questions? If you don't have a question, there's only two reasons. One, you have reached a state of enlightened sensitivity to your existence to the degree that you understand that questions can only take you so far, or you're a child and you literally have not looked at life enough to ask questions like that. You know? Guys, it's not about being gangster or being a boss or being well known or being a vast idea in your area and environment. It's about attention and existential awareness. What existential awareness means is that, you know how you're aware of life right now? That source, that knowing that is in you, that is from this awareness, is not just from here. It's a unified existential awareness. It is everything looking through your eyes. It is the infinity in your eyes. It is that it's funny. It's because when I say internal, a lot of people think it's only in regards to physical. It's as if, like, what if your eyes turned around and you looked inside your head? I don't mean internal in that sense. I mean internal in the sense that as the time comes for your physical form to break to its last remaining pieces, when death approaches you experientially, then you will realize the internal eyes I speak about is the awareness to the changing form. It is not a physical conceptualization. It is an awareness to all physicality. It is that which is aware. It is self-enlightenment because you decided to look through your eyes. You decided to be aware of what is looking. And then understanding that the insight that is revealed to you based on your gut, intuitive, accomplished of the journey you felt you had to go through against all odds. And then you realize that the greatest revelation is always being revealed to you. It's that you never needed seers, fortune tellers, psychics. You are right there to see. That 2012 was just a description on a wall. That language did not have power to define reality. That's what 2012 was. Written word, estimation, another voice did not end your life. So another voice did not begin your life. There's an awareness there. Take that door hidden behind your door. And sometimes it means not taking the door towards a formula for your life. The greatest formula that could be given to you in your life is a changing formula, an inconceivable formula. That inconceivable formula is present right now in that which is present and aware here. If you have followed me truly to the end of this tunnel I am speaking about, then, guys, this is mental awareness. This is consciousness. This is not thinking. If you are following me in the way that I would hope the flows of your life are leading you towards following what I'm saying, is that it's a freedom because you're no longer thinking about anything. It's this dissolution of the thinker is simply a level and a degree of enlightened sensitivity. In other words, you become more aware. You realize what you're looking at. A set of distractions leaves your life, and a set of wrongness just fades. You see, you have an attention unit and you have a memory recollection ability. In other words, it's as if we are, each moment of our life, we are a new page and a new experience that can recreate and refabricate all sense of memory, time, and past. You see, many people seek past lives, but you're too trapped in the idea of it to see what is really there. You're letting ideas dictate your viewing of life. It's as if someone is telling you how to look at something, but you forgot that someone else told you and you think it's you. You know? You must be elaborate in your search for your own source. Everyone has the search, and at some point it comes to you. And you need to understand, if you don't have questions, there's nothing wrong with that. If you have a sense of knowing within yourself that you know exactly where you're going and where you are and with what you are, remain with that. That means the torch has been lit. You're aware that you know and you're comfortable with the changes because you know where you're going. That is a sense of home. Home is where it doesn't matter how messy you are. It's still home. You're present. You're there. It doesn't matter how you live your life. You're there. And perhaps as you listen to life, you begin hearing new sounds. And new sounds are always new ideas. Music, if translated into word, it never could because it's a higher pitch. So understand that our ears do not need to listen to words. They just need to be aware that they're listening. And then the knowing shall flow as naturally as currents do in the same ocean. Life has got your back because literally it made a you to have a back. Enjoy this view. And let your exploration be the present moment of your experience, your exploration of all existence. Thank you.